One girl lives, one girl dies.
You get to choose.
First of all, I want to say what's interesting about this film, and the original is one of my favorites of all time, the way it dealt with Catholicism and the way it dealt with religion. You guys opened up that world. What was the appeal to not just simply telling a story that talking about the faith, the Catholics, that you were opening it up to different worlds?
Yeah, I think when the original film came out, from what I understand, I wasn't alive, but the word exorcism wasn't even in everybody's vocabulary. People didn't know what it was. And so I think the introduction to that concept, obviously the film is a masterpiece, but the introduction to that concept was riveting in its own right. But there's been so many movies that have explored exorcisms and the Roman Rite and these rituals that can get redundant. And so it was trying to find a new way in. And I went to a Catholic high school for ninth grade. That's about all I knew in terms of my Catholic exposure. But I did go to other churches and grew up in regions of the South that had very different perspectives of ceremonies that acknowledged possession. And so that was a fun part of our exploration and the research. My co-writer Peter Sattler and I is finding other ways to look at it and then bring both the conflict as well as the strength of community into these conversations.
Nice. And Jason, you've been dealing with he did wonders with Halloween. I like what he did with Halloween. What was it about this particular? I mean, this is a legendary movie. This is a high
It
bar.
really was. That was kind of why. That was what was daunting, but also exciting about it. I thought it really. I don't think hit. I got confidence from what David was able to do with Halloween and the response to the 3 Halloween movies that David made, that we could take on and tackle The Exorcist. I don't think I would have done it had we not done Halloween, but that's really gave me the confidence to do it.
Well, David, confidence for you. I mean, this is The Exorcist. This as amazing as it is to do a good version of Halloween. You're taking on a movie that people hail as a masterpiece, an Oscar winner. What were your fears?
Well, first of all, you can't even stand next to that movie in a way where you're trying to aspire to do exactly what it did. I think it was a different time in culture and movies and everything. But what we can do is take that trust, that group of collaborators that we've had such success, not just commercially, but the creative artistic experience of working with Blumhouse and Universal and the exact department heads that we've done these movies together. We got back together and we said, can we do something that is an approach of a different subgenre of horror, and look to each other and say, we're gonna keep this community, this inner circle, pushing each other, trying new things, and making it fresh for a new audience. And so it evolved from daunting to inspiring when you have the right people around you. Because I think if you were just in a bubble looking at how masterfully William Friedkin and William Peter Blatty and his team put the original film together, you might as well go home. But if I can make it personal, meaningful to me, feel like this film is coming from a very specific point of view, not just there for fan service and cash grab, but there to explore the conversations of spirituality and make something that, for me personally, feels beyond just another exploration in a genre.
Is it easier to do one film or plan for 3 films as opposed to one?
I just love to keep the world open, and so you can't write forever. My friends that get on a series for season after season sometimes get lost in the infinity of it. But I think if you do have an expansive universe that you kind of feel like you know who, where, how everything maps out, then you take a manageable chunk, take it one step at a time, one day at a time, see if people respond to the work that you've done, and if they do, you take another step forward.
Great, guys.
Thank you.
Such a pleasure.
Great talking. Yeah.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you.